What's up, Couscous Empire? I apologize for being so late uploading another Hyperbolic gameplay video featuring the Dark Brawly, but we're back and we're going to cover 3 games in less than 10-15 minutes. But before we get into the video, I want to do a quick shout out to our sponsor, MadtownTCG.com. Make sure you check them out for all your TCG supplies and sealed product needs. Also, if you use TCG Player, which I know you do, please click on my referral link below before you place orders and I will get a slight referral bonus which will help out the channel a lot. So, Dark Brawly Hyperbolic gameplay video. Here we go. Game 1, we play against Brawly C, who is using a Vegito deck. Vegito and Blue inherently is a tough matchup for Dark Brawly because of all the negates they have, and Vegito in addition is even tougher because of all the blockers they have too. Mulligan hard for my Brawly chain pieces and get the Brawly and ball combo, which now allows me to do my big Brawly play on turn 1. I want to consistently bring out the big boy Brawlies every turn and just apply as much pressure as I can, because if I win this game, I need to win it fast. Brawly C plays 2 Rotas, already walling up on defense, which gives them a lot of flexibility on deciding what hits to take. When we're playing Dark Brawly, we want to use our leader ability to fuel our drop area as much as we can, and hopefully we get some good pieces in there which are going to come into play afterwards. I swing to his leader and combo 1 here because I want to put pressure, and he's a 15k leader already. Might as well throw in that 1 extra card from my hand because I don't think it's going to be relevant towards the end game. I try to make the most of my available energy and bring out another Dark Brawly and Toa, which is going to start giving me utility. The Dark Brawly I play here is able to warp away a blocker, so now I could get that easy 1 damage whenever I swing. Brawly on his turn plays another blocker and a Janemba Unison. This gives him more utility and some defense, so he could mitigate and try to get into the mid-late game stage, which is where he will have total control. I'm at 4 life now and I'm unawakened, and it's my turn. So this is like the best power spike I could have as Dark Brawly. This is what we want the most because I get to swing with my leader, draw 1, awaken, draw 2, and then I could do my activate main ability, which lets me draw another card. So this whole sequence nets me 4 cards to my hand, and this is where if you're like a really good pilot with Dark Brawly, you could set yourself up for success and kind of map out the next couple plays. I swing with all my Brawlies here, trying to push as much damage as I can. I have 3 energy open and I need to use it as efficiently as possible to max out my damage output because I know I'm gonna start running out of gas. I use my leader ability to discard the other Dark Brawly Ravager so I could replay him again and try to push for damage, but unfortunately he gets Trunked. But now that I know he used Trunks, I feel safer playing an Overwhelm option, so I play Mira and try to swing for damage. He doesn't negate my Mira swing, which means now I could pump in a little bit power onto this Mira because I really want him to get down to 2 life, where he will be in lethal range with a Dark Brawly and a Champa swing. Brawly on his turn once again just walls up on defense with a bunch of blockers. He's playing a really well defensive game. This is the type of stuff that gives Dark Brawly a lot of trouble. I swing with Brawly to get the blockers out of the way, and since he dies from revenge, I get to bring him back, and I try to warp another blocker, but he gets Trunked again. I swing with leader, and Brawly plays Hatch this time, which just ends my turn. As we all know, Hatch is just such a good card, and one of Dark Brawly's biggest weaknesses because there's absolutely nothing I can do now. I do have a Mass Saiyan in my hand, which taps 1 energy to only take 1 life. This is the great cheese card that I love, which means now Brawly could potentially go all in on a triple strike and try to end me, but I might be able to cheese him. Since I know this is like 1 route for me to win the game, I actually try to bait this play out from Brawly by negating his Hatch swing, showing him that I used a negate, and then I take his leader swing, going down to 3 life, setting him up to potentially go all in with all that energy he has open on his Unison swings. But he is too smart and he does not fall for my trick. My turn, I try to clear as much board as possible, and hopefully I could get a Champa swing in here, but he plays Topo right away, which is both kind of going to hurt and help me at the same time. That blocker is in the way, and if I could just get 1 swing in with a Brawly and slam a Champa on it, I feel like I could win. I swing with the leader and he blocks, which means now, as soon as I play a battle card and swing, I might be able to push for lethal damage, unless, you know, he negates it. I play Mira to draw a card and swing, but he has another Topo, so now I have to pitch 4 cards if I want to attack. By this point, I'm all out of options with only 2 cards left in the deck. I'm going to get milled out next turn, so in a desperate attempt, I just play a super combo and swing, hoping I could win the game. But unfortunately, Vegeta super combo does not have a lot of base power, so I could only get up to 30k, which he has on board. And that's an easy combo out for Brawly, and he takes the game. Alright, next up against R2K Ghost, or Josh YR as we know him in chat. He's playing Red Brawly against my Dark Brawly deck, and this is actually a pretty good matchup for Dark Brawly, because Red Brawly inherently drops his life down very fast, and Dark Brawly keeps swinging with 30Ks to push for easy damage. So this should be a fairly good matchup for me, but let's see how it plays out. He opens up with the Planet Vampa, which is pretty nice. It's going to set him up for some utility later on, but he does have to keep taking life, which also hurts him. He gets his Brawly and Ba both on the field, ready to go turn 1. Looking pretty good for Josh Wire so far. He's going to get set up pretty well. It's my turn 1. I get my Brawly and Ball combo, which means now I could play my Dark Brawly to warp away his Brawly pieces, stopping his chain from coming out faster and kind of disrupting his whole momentum. I did my leader ability and took 1 life, which was very risky because we know Red Brawly is a very aggressive deck. I probably should have not taken that life, but I'm hoping that it doesn't come back to haunt me. R2K Ghost gets another Brawly chain started, ready to go, and he gets another Ball out, and Balls are pretty good because they have blockers, so it gives him a little bit of defense that he needs. He goes up the chain, starts attacking, and he even plays a Bardock the Resolute because of the crit damage he dealt to me, applying even more pressure to me. I don't want to awaken right away. I want to go down to 4 and then awaken on my turn. So I play a little bit of defense here and try to stop some of these attacks. As risky as it is, I go down to 2 life without awakening because I really want that awaken power spike play, especially in a game that's going to be over so quick. We want to get as much cards in our drop area as possible, and if I awaken there, it's gonna hurt me a lot. At this point of the game, R2K Ghost is also at 3 life, which means I basically need just 3 Brawly swings and I could potentially take this game. I gotta be careful of a Violent Raise, and I have to hope that he doesn't have it. And when I swing with Brawly first, he does not play it. That kind of gives me a sign that he's not playing with Violent Raise, or he doesn't have it. I play a Toa to give me some utility and pitch my Dark Brawly card so I could potentially bring him back. I play the Dark Brawly to warp away his Bob blocker and keep pushing in for damage. I do my Awaken Power Spike, which replenishes my hand big time. And we're kind of in this weird state where we're both very close to death, trying to push through for those final damages. I swing with my leader here and dump in my hand, even though I'm only pushing in for 1 damage. The reason why I do this is because I want to fuel my drop area so I could play another one of those Brawlies from my drop. I need 6 black battle cards in my drop area to play one of them, so I figured that I could swing with my leader, get rid of all this combo power that is irrelevant on someone else, and fuel my drop area, bring in a Dark Brawly from my drop area, and swing to drop them from 1 to 0. And he takes the hit. Now this leaves me room for a Mira Overwhelm. I just have to hope that he did not have a negate of any sort. But we're pretty confident he did not, or else he would have played it earlier. Mira lets me draw a card. When I Overwhelm, I try to push in for more damage. Unfortunately, that Dark Brawly card in my hand is dead combo power. That's kind of the worst part about this deck. You can't add in combo power on all these battle card swings. R2K Ghost combos his whole entire hand to stop that. I was 5k combo power short with 3 dead cards in my hand, which feels very unfortunate, but he gets out of it. And now I'm at 2 life with a Protector of People and Power Burst in my hand. R2K Ghost swings with his Bardock first with 1 card in his hand. If we calculate the combo power he has 5k on board, which means that Bardock the Resolute is a 20k, and 1 card in his hand, which could be potentially a super combo, and then from that draw of a super combo, it's an additional 5k, so 15k, which means that the maximum R2K Ghost can go to here is 35k. And if I look at my hand and all the combo power I have, I too also have 35k, which means I would lose the game. So I'm very hesitant here on what to do. If I want to let that attack go through, if I want to play Protector of the People, I am a little confused, and I'm thinking really hard about it. I tell myself I'm gonna try to be super safe here and try to play around everything, and so I play Protector of the People to try to stop that attack and get 5k every time he attacks with a battle card. I pitched Power Burst here, which I'm not sure if I should have. We'll take a look at this in a minute. He swings with Leader next, which is a 15k critical, actually 20k critical. He adds in a little bit of combo power, pushing him up to 25, and I decide to block that hit because I don't want to go down to 1 and then have the 30k Brawly kill me. So now I have 1 card in my hand, he has 1 card in his hand. He swings with Bardock next, trying to bring me down from 2 to 0 and combos all in here and gets up to 25k, which is the same exact amount of power that I could get to. Very well sequencing from R2K Ghost right there. I am not sure if I could have played that part a little bit better. If there was a sequence I could have done a little bit better. I think it was a very tricky scenario where R2K Ghost actually had the advantage, and with the proper sequencing he got it. I think no matter what I did, if R2K Ghost sequenced properly afterwards, he would have had that game, and that's exactly what happened. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below if you would have had a better play right there. I'm very curious to hear your guys' thoughts. So that 1 life at the very beginning of the game that I took, it actually came back to bite me because I was at 2 life here. If I had that extra life, that would have gave me that extra cushion to take one of these hits. That's how important life management is. All right, moving on to the 3rd game, which was a fun bonus game I played against Master Piper, which I actually enjoyed playing this matchup a lot. It was a lot of fun. Very funny things happen here. He's playing the Zamasu leader from set 7, I believe, where he tries to ramp me up, and if he gets me to 8 energy, he could do the activate main to deal 4 damage, which most likely is not going to happen, right? I mean, Dark Brawly is an aggro deck that just kills you right away. So I'm thinking, even though this is a blue deck where I have bad matchups, I think I'm still gonna take this. That's what I think. Do my standard opener plays, and I get my Brawly out, ready to go. I don't have a solid turn 2 play, so I just play a Mecha Kabura just to get a Dark Dragon Ball from my deck and hopefully start going up in the Brawly chain. I play Dark Brawly the Ravager because on an empty board it's pretty nice to play, get rid of a card from their hand and just start applying pressure. Master Piper doesn't do much on his turn, he's just passing with energy open, probably going to play some defense. I was at 5 life, so I go ahead and do my leader ability to take a life to go down to 4, and then I swing, do my Power Spike Awaken play. Master Piper plays a Zamasu super combo on defense, which is really nice, taps my Dark Brawly, that saves him from 1 damage. I go ahead and bring out another Dark Brawly and just continue applying the pressure. So far this game is looking pretty good for me as I got 2 Dark Brawlys out, and I'm just going to keep attacking with them non-stop and hopefully win the game. I play my Toas, which lets me discard my Dark Brawlys so I could recycle them better and efficiently. I bring back the Ravager Dark Brawly. I play another Toa, get another Dark Dragon Ball to my hand. I'm just setting up for success here. I have a massive hand of 11 cards. I have a massive board, and Master Piper's at 4 life. So going into his turn 3. So this is looking really, really good for me. It's Master Piper's turn 3. He plays the Zamasu card, which lets him ramp 1, and he gets Goku Black into the ramp. Then he does the Goku Black's effect to ramp again, bring him into 5 energy. He awakens, untaps 1, does the Union Potara, plays Zamasu, and then EX evolves, which black decks have no counters. So what that means is Tragedy Overground, and this card absolutely shuts me down. I can't play any card with an energy cost of 4 or higher. Everything in my deck that attacks is 6, so there's no attacks I could do. Not to mention, it sends everything in your battle area to your energy. So hold up, now I have 8 energy, and he's awakened, and I'm at 4 life. So Master Piper just goes ahead and does the activate main. I take 4 life right there. Beats me on his turn 3, which is amazing. That worked out so perfect for him. It was so funny. I had a blast playing this game because I've never seen that in my life before. That was a fun game. And yeah, we take the L on that. So yeah, that's 3 Dark Brawly games in 10 minutes or less. I know I showed 3 losses like that where I didn't win a single game, but that does not mean the deck is not good. Dark Brawly is still a very powerful deck in my opinion. I do think it requires a very, very skilled pilot, which I personally am not. I don't feel comfortable playing him as much as I feel comfortable playing other decks. I do think Dark Brawly is one of those decks that it either has a good matchup and wins or bad matchup and loses. Given the popularity of the meta, I think Dark Brawly is going to either see more play or less play. He's a very meta dependent deck. I don't think he defines the meta, but he slips in based on the meta. So that's gonna be it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you would like to support the channel, please hit the subscribe button below. I stream on Twitch every Tuesday through Friday at 7:30 p.m. PST. So come by and hang out, and I'll see you guys then.